Welcome back. It's the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and it's great to be joined by one of the stars of the Western Eyre Footy League, Thevenard's Dom Denton, who's been nominated as a finalist for the SANFL Volunteer of the Year Award. G'day, Dom. Great to have you on the show. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, going well, thank you. Appreciate you making the time today. Now, what's life like for you at this time of year now that the season's all wrapped up? Are you missing training and playing and getting out with the boys, or is it more a sense of relief that you can finally get a bit of rest?
A bit of both, really. It's a good time of year where you've got a bit of time just to unwind and lose a lot of time commitments, I guess, that you have the footy, but you do probably also miss the trainings and catching up with your team throughout the week. But no doubt we'll blink our eyes and it will almost be time to start pre-season again.
Absolutely, and this is probably a good time of year for many footy players, the longest possible time before more pre-season. I know it's not a particularly fun time of year for a lot of people, the pre-season, so no, enjoy the off-season while it lasts. It will be back before we know it. Now, as I said, you've been nominated for a finalist for the SANFL's Volunteer of the Year Award. I'm sure you don't volunteer to get recognition, but nevertheless, it must feel nice to get recognised for the work that you are doing.
Yeah, like you said, you don't do it to get recognised, but it, as any volunteer would probably agree, a thank you does go a long way and does make you feel that little bit more appreciated. Obviously, being nominated for this awards, was a little bit surprised. And then obviously to be then on-selected to be one of the finalists of 230-something applicants is pretty cool, I guess.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's well-deserved. What is the work that you've done to earn the nomination? Tell us about some of the volunteering you do around the Thevenard Football Club and the wider Western Eyre Footy League.
Well, there's probably a fair bit, I guess. The last 4 years I'd been the sports club president, and then sort of this year I'd stepped back to sort of oversee the football, more so in a kind of a unofficial football president role. We have a sort of a solid football operations group, that sort of carries a load of footy. But so that's probably a lot of it. There's lots of little bits and pieces that you just do throughout the week that you probably don't think adds up to much, but when you list them, I guess it grows quite to be quite a big list. There's a fair bit of administration stuff I do, like Play HQ. You do all your game day reports, getting all that stuff ready for all your coaches, attending meetings. I also coach the under Auskick program and our A-grade footballers. So that's sort of a couple of training nights there. You do bits and pieces throughout the club like a lot of people do, whether it's fundraising stuff, grant applications, a bit of work to the Oval and things like that to make sure everything's ready to go game day. And then I'm also at the league level, I'm the Thevenard Club delegate and also part of the Junior Development Committee, which sort of helps organise all things junior football throughout the year, making sure obviously our own local competitions running well. And then, your league, making sure the kids are sort of set up for the league association, things like the Nord Cup, Kinlow Cup, etc. Probably one big thing we did as a Junior Development Committee this year was get a Junior Development Cup up and running. So we had three rounds throughout the regular season where the under-16s and under-13s kids didn't have regular club games, and we split the juniors into under-16s, under-14s and under-12 mixed teams to give the kids an opportunity to play against kids of their own size and skill development to hopefully fast-track some junior development. As you'd see in a lot of country leagues, there's a lot of one-sided games in juniors when just at normal club level. So, that ended up to be a really positive initiative, and kids really enjoyed it, and parents are seeing the benefits of it.
It's a long list of things that you're doing for the Thevenard Footy Club and for the Western Eyre Footy League. It's I don't know where you find the time for it all, but it's great to hear that you are doing all of that stuff behind the scenes. I want to ask you a bit more about the Junior Development Cup. I reckon it's a great initiative. Speaking as a former runty teenager myself who I didn't particularly want to play high school footy when I was in year 10 because I was going to have to go against year 12s who were just so much bigger than me. It's a great initiative for those kids who are sort of late bloomers and maybe are put off by going against some of those much bigger, more developed kids. What's the reaction to that been from the kids in those age groups, and how proud are you of the way that that's taken off?
Yeah, the kids are sort of fully bought into it, which is probably the most important part. If they're not wanting to do it, not thinking of it in a positive way, it's probably going to just fall flat, which was what we didn't want. And yeah, luckily it's been really great. Kids only having to play in sort of 2-year age brackets, which you would see sort of in the city competitions. Like you said, has given those kids that might have been lacking a little bit of confidence to, especially if they're at the bottom bracket of that senior Colts age group, it gives them a more of a better chance to, gain some confidence in their football abilities and just playing against kids their age or 1 year younger.
And Dom, you've been a great player and racked up plenty of accolades, including 3 male medals at the Western Eyre Footy League's Best and Fairest. Do you think the work that you do off the field as a volunteer has helped you become a better player?
I'm not real sure. I guess it gives you more of a appreciation for what not necessarily I do off the field, but everyone else that does the little bits of jobs. So I can then go and play sport. Yeah, I guess I was, like I said earlier, a player coach, which can be pretty tough, but it's when you've got other senior leaders at the club able to help out with game day stuff, that does ease the burden and then allow you to focus a little bit more on playing during the game day, which no doubt does help on field performance when you're not having to think about every little thing that's happening that day.
And I'm sure you'll be playing for a little while longer just yet, but when the end of your playing career does come, can you envision yourself still sort of living and breathing the Thevenard Footy Club and the Western Eyre Footy League and doing whatever you can to help out in whatever role might need filling?
Yeah, for sure. I probably don't have heaps of playing days left, but I've got a couple of young boys that have this year just started their junior footy careers, so no doubt that's going to keep me tied to the footy club for a little while yet. And that's a pretty exciting part of being a dad, is seeing your kids starting to participate in sport.
Great stuff. Well, Dom, congratulations on the nomination for the SANFL Volunteer of the Year Award. You're certainly a well-worthy candidate. It was a long list of things that you outlined for us that you do around the Thevenard Footy Club and the wider Western Eyre Footy League. So one thing you said that really made my ears prick up was a thank you goes a long way. So if you're listening to this and you see Dom around the place and you're one of the many people benefiting from all of his volunteer work, make sure you give him a thank you. And yeah, I'm sure it'll keep you motivated to keep doing all the great work you do. So well done. Thank you very much for coming on the show today, and I'm sure we'll chat to you again sometime.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for all your coverage you guys do over the sports season, and we'll look forward to it again next year.